Joining me today in studio is Josh Herbach South, head coach and lead instructor of the Bulldogs Baseball Academy. Josh, thanks for taking this time.
Thanks for having me.
And especially heading into the baseball season, I'm sure you guys are pretty busy getting players prepared for that season. I guess, what are a couple, finishing touches, final steps for players looking to get the season started on the right note here?
It's a process that we like to have in place where by the time we get to season, guys are in the best physical and the best mechanical shape that they can be going into their season.
Now, Josh, for you guys starting the Bulldogs program in 2017 till now, I guess what kind of changes have you seen throughout the program, and I guess some of the players that have gone through it and just really started to excel?
Well, my philosophies haven't changed. I've always had really high expectations for our kids. But what I've seen is a much greater response from the community, much greater enrollment, and we've had a few of our players finally go off to PBA, which is Prairie Baseball Academy, and so they're playing college baseball. Jaden Gartner, Caden Evans-Anderson, and Lane Rogan-Sack are our first three guys to take that next step.
Now, I guess for other players looking to take that next step, what are a couple keys for those, I guess, development tips, whether it might be something mentally or key physical things that lots of younger baseball players aren't quite picking up yet?
Well, you have to train in the off season. If you're going to keep up, you have to. It doesn't mean you can't play other sports. I do recommend that you do play other sports to broaden your spectrum of athleticism. But in terms of refining your mechanics and really elevating your game, it's got to be done in the off season.
Now, for yourself, I guess switching from a former player to now coaching role, how's that transition been for yourself? And I mean, with all your experience in the past, taking that and bringing that to the future, what's that like for yourself?
I took a hiatus from baseball, from a player to becoming a coach. I did some youth care work in between, but getting back into baseball, I would say was pretty seamless. It was meant to be, and I probably shouldn't have taken the hiatus. And getting back and helping guys getting where they want to be to that next level is, I don't think there's a better thing that I could be doing with my time. And I use some of my experiences and the time that I had to dedicate to get to that next level and hope that I can translate that to them and help them get there.
Yeah, and as a former Division I player and having tons of baseball experience for yourself, just being able to put on those camps and I guess helping out other future players hoping to fill the shoes you were in previously is got to be something amazing. What kind of camps do you guys offer, and I guess different levels within the camps here?
So typically my age groups are 15 to 17, that's your midget age group, and then Bantam and Pee-wee, 12 to 14, but we just started offering a Bullpups program, so kids 9 to 11, so we can start getting them doing the proper fundamentals, proper motions, proper language a little bit earlier, but we offer that stuff all throughout the off season. Once we get into summer here, I revert more to private lessons and I let the guys go back and train with their teams so they can start hearing somebody else's voice other than mine.
So they can, I guess, quit getting annoyed of you maybe if they're doing something wrong there.
I'm sure there's times where they do get annoyed at me, but if they're doing things right, they typically don't hear me say anything.
Okay, and I guess now I saw you guys have a fall ball program as well as winter training sessions, and you mentioned that winter training is sort of key for players to keep moving on to that next level, and fall ball as well, I guess, keeping that competition all year round. Just talk about that and being able to play against other teams as well.
Fall ball is a great time for development where you can still have the weather to play and there's very little on the line in terms of provincials, and the focus reverts from winning to development, and you can still be in competition mode with far less to lose, and it takes a lot of pressure off guys, and it allows them to apply the things that they're learning in practice, that they're training at the academy, to do it in a game setting so they can build their confidence, get some small successes, and then translate that into their regular season, and then hopefully playoffs or provincials, whatever that may be.
And it seems like fall ball, a lot of those guys, they really have that want to be there. Do you think it's something for people that I guess are really wanting to, or just for anybody, whether it's a casual player or maybe a more serious player?
I would say for me, I make it pretty clear that if it's casual, it's probably not the right place for you. These are for guys that are dedicated. There's high expectations. Although I do understand other sports are starting, and I do accommodate that, but if people aren't showing up with the purpose of getting better and to help out the team and to help out the people around them, then it's probably not for them. We're looking for guys that are dedicated, that want to get better, that want to build character, and that's the type of group that we like to have.
Well, Josh, thanks a lot for coming into studio and
Thank
talking
you.
with me today. Is Josh Herbach South from the Bulldogs Baseball Academy.
Thank you.